Hello, my name is John Resch with AmperorMusic. Today I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to install the Voltz battery-powered pedal supply to power your pedals on a gig box original from Gator cases. Basically the key is preparation. You're going to want to first take everything out of their box, get familiarized with the product and your actual pedals of what voltages they require, and things like polarity and tip size. Take the supplied Velcro and apply it to the actual bottom of the Voltz Pedal Board power supply. After you do that, you can set that to the side and then decide which 4 Y cable millivolt DC to DC converters you're going to be using, and then apply the Velcro to the bottom of those. Make sure that you're still able to see the LED on the top, so you know that the power is in good condition when it lights in green. Okay, first off, you're going to want to take the pedals that you're going to be using and then place them on the pedal board in a way that's most comfortable. After you got everything arranged, you're going to want to take some masking tape and then just tape across the top of it. And what you're going to do on this masking tape is actually mark off the locations of each pedal. After you marked off the location, just write a little note of actually what pedal it is. After you marked everything down and you're well aware of where everything belongs, remove your pedals and then remove the actual top, noting that the handle is going to be towards me when I do this, so that's just something to keep in consideration. Okay, with your Voltz system, you're going to want to plug in your AC and DC cords so that you don't have to worry about them falling out during transport, and it's always ready to charge. So taking your AC cord, plug that into the Voltz AC socket. Make sure that's nice and snug. And then take your DC to DC cord that's also provided, and this is in the instruction manual also in case you need any more questions. And then you take this and then you just align it so you can actually, where that handle, where that hole was on the top of the pedal board, you can actually turn on and off the actual power supply. And also you can also be able to see the battery indicator light from the top without having to pull the actual pedal board up. So after you find your final position for that, you're going to want to press down with that Velcro, make sure it's snug on there so it doesn't get loose during transport. Flip it on, make sure you got good battery power. It's green, so we're good to go. And then you want to basically transpose what you wrote down here into the guts of your actual pedal board. Right now I've got the micro 24 volt, so I'm going to be finding the 24 volt DC to DC converter, and then I'm going to plug that one in first. And since that's closest to this hole right here, I'm going to go ahead and try to align it, since I do have everything lined up, as close as I can possible. Now I've already installed the actual tip and know the voltage that's going to require because I did check the manual. The next is going to be the baseballs, which is a positive tip. That's going to be the 1/8 inch style, just like any of the TS 808s or any of the Ibanez tube screamers. Take this, then you take the actual DC output that shoots through and you plug this in here. That's going to be the 18 volt coming out from the actual battery itself. It's just going to keep on continuing. And I'm going to line that up so this output aligns with that hole, and about right there. Now I'm going to get the 9 volts, and I've got these 3 stretches that I told you about that I'm going to be using the actual daisy chain adapter. So what you do in that case is you plug your voltage in, and whatever tip that you are actually using, the replaceable tip that you actually plug in, is going to be what is going to be transposed on the outputs of the actual 5-output Y cable. So since I am using the Boss style, which is negative tip 9 volts, these are all going to be negative tip 9 volts. So I am going to only be using 3, and because of that, I plugged up, and you can see that I've plugged up the top of these with plastic insulator caps, which are also included in the Voltz system. So just plug that in as such. And then, last but not least, is going to be the digital delay at the very end. Going to go ahead and plug that in and line that up. And since this is going to be the end of the cabling system for now, I will temporarily isolate this by adding the insulator, black insulator caps that are available. Okay, now you grab the board, and with this, since you did mark where everything does go, all you do is take the actual tip off one at a time. This is going to be the 24 volt micro, and then you reattach the tip back on. Now doing this will make it so that when you pull the board up and down, when you're doing the tips further on down the line, they're not going to fall back because these holes are too small for this to actually go back into the board itself. The next is going to be the base balls, which is the 9 volt positive tip, and just do the exact same thing. And then after that, you're going to have the actual 3, which is going to come out of just a single DC to DC millivolt converter. So you're going to take your actual Y cable and thread this through. Take the last one of it and thread that through. Now, making sure that you're not cramping any wires when you put this back in, just slowly close the lid. Make sure you get a nice fit. Make sure that nothing's hitting. And everything seems to be fine. Since you have your wires out, it'd now be a good time to actually test to see if everything is wired properly. And when you do flip this on, all the lights on the actual millivolt DC-DC converters are going to go to green. So now that everything is double checked to make sure it's working properly, I'm going to turn everything off. Install the board again, and then just easily as that, plug in the pedals where I would like them to belong. And there you have it. Everything is installed and powered. Now all you do is have to install your guitar cables and analog cables, and then you're ready to go. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, we're on the web.